Hello dear viewer, are you perhaps struggling aesthetically with your Minecraft world? Well, you might have just stumbled across the correct video for you because I have planned out 5 easy improvements that you can make to your Minecraft world. So without further delay, let us begin. Step number 1 to improving your Minecraft aesthetics is going to be to install the Better Clouds mod. And here we are, here are the Better Clouds. As you can see, they're like little cubes that bob up and down and change in size, and they kind of just slowly drift across the sky very nicely. And as you can see, they still look quite cloudy, but they look more vanilla friendly as well, which I think just looks a lot better. And one thing I would also recommend is to tweak your cloud height settings. Cloud height or something like that. Mine's on 240 if you're using Sodium Extra, I think it is. So yeah, just kind of so they're out the way, they don't really interfere with any tall builds or mountains or anything. As you can see, they kind of just float across the top and they look quite nice. However, you will need to install yet another config lab as well as the Better Clouds mod with your fabric or forge or whatever, so it makes it work. Otherwise you'll have a nasty crash screen. But yeah, that's number 1. Okay, so coming in at number 2, I would suggest actually, if you're on Sodium, under the render tab up here, there is a setting called Fog Start Multiplier, which basically just affects how far the fog comes forward. I personally have mine at 65%, and as you can see, it kind of brings the fog a little bit closer towards you and kind of creates a bit of a depth effect, and it also kind of looks quite cinematic. So that I personally think looks quite nice, especially if like some builds in the distance or something. It also kind of depends on your render distance as well. If you have like a lower render distance or something, you might want to change where it starts and finishes, because now there's a lot of fog and you can't really see too far. So just kind of fiddling around with the setting here, just changing it to whatever feels about right for you. Or maybe you want to have it off, maybe you don't like having the fog at all. Completely up to you. So number 3 on my list is to actually use the fresh animations and fresh moves resource packs. Now this isn't exactly something for everyone, and it's not really an aesthetic improvement, but it does kind of add some ambience to your world, which might make it look better in your opinion or not. So this is the fresh moves resource pack. It basically just reworks the animations for your player when you walk around and crouch and jump and sprint and stuff. So if you're on like an SMP, multiplayer, high pixel type thing, it might look cool to have other players kind of walking around looking a little bit different just to the normal, like straight arm Steve, I suppose. So yeah, I haven't really got a great example here, but you can kind of see the sort of thing it does. And also the fresh animations resource pack, as you can see here, here is a list of different mobs have where it affects the movement of the mobs. As you can see, they have like eyes and they like crawl around and stuff. Just thought it looks a little bit cool. As you can see, the spider has like little teeth type thingies, and it crawls and climbs and stuff. And the chicken, it like sways as it moves. I don't know, it looks pretty cool. I quite like it. You might not. Also, I just wanted to demonstrate this looked quite cool when the spider dies. It like curls up in a ball. Both of these resource packs do in fact require mods. It is called Entity Texture Features and Entity Model Features. They have their own settings, which you can customize some stuff. I don't really know how it works. I just keep it as it is when I install it. So yeah, I just thought that might look quite cool and make your world look a little bit more friendly and lively. Number 4 is somewhat more optional than the others, but you could try using various resource packs or shaders. So here are the ones I have installed previously in the past, just to see if they look cool or not. You could try installing them and seeing if they look nice to you. It appears it is not compatible, and there you go. Might not be everyone's cup of tea. I used to quite like using shader packs in like 1.16 when I first started playing again. Personally, I think it does look a little bit weird, but you might like them, which is what matters. So there you are. Here's another example, the kind of more vanilla-y one. Kind of changes a few things around, but you might like it, you might not. Obviously, resource packs, they're pretty common, there's quite a lot of them to choose from. You could even try making your own. they're not too difficult to make, that is an option you could decide to do. Alternatively, you could try using shaders. Now I have Iris for this. You could also use Optifine as well. So if I go into my shader packs, I personally like using the complementary ones, so complementary reimagined or complementary shaders. They're quite nice. Rethinking voxels as well, also quite nice. It will definitely take a hit to your performance, so you might want to consider lowering your render distance just for your computer's sanity, which I shall definitely do. There's already some lag going on here. But there you go. I don't personally use it when I'm playing because of obviously the performance hit. My computer is going wild at the moment. I use it for screenshots and stuff. This is a more vanilla friendly one. As you can see, the clouds are quite nice. You can also get the Better Clouds mod to work with it as well. I'm not sure how to do it exactly. I imagine it's probably in one of the settings somewhere. Shaders. Support is on. So there you go. This is one of them. Another one. You're thinking voxels, perhaps. It's quite nice. Once it loads. There we go. As you can see, this is quite a nice one as well. Makes it look very nice and vibrant and stuff. So there you go. Makes it look all very 3D. This one even has wavy leaves. Nice little perk. And as you can see, the mountains do look very cinematic. If your computer is not particularly strong, I would suggest using T shaders or the Chocopic shaders. I think are a little bit more vanilla friendly. As you can see, it's already a lot smoother, and my PC is only dying a little bit. So yes, if you're desperate to use shaders and your PC is not quite up to the complementary standards, then this would be my recommendation. So the final step I have for you today to improve your Minecraft aesthetics is to do some light terraforming. Obviously, these ugly little holes can look quite ugly, as the name suggests, and it does not take a brilliant builder to fix these. Just some simple covering up of these holes can make a world of difference in very little time. As you can see, 100 times better already. Or some of these weird jutting out bits, you can smooth them off by just kind of blending them in a little bit better. So there you go. Looks very nice indeed. So also, you sometimes have like the random blocks that float in the air around like mountains and stuff. You just have like these little stone tufty bits that float. You just remove them. Looks so much better. This goes for these ugly little caves as well. These weird pond looking things that don't really look that good. You could even make it into a nice looking pond by making it a little bit bigger and adding some extra flowers around the outside or something. You could remove this little bump here or fill it in with the rest of this big bump by filling in the gap here. You could definitely remove the tall grass. It looks so ugly. Just removing them, breaking them, makes so much difference, and it's very satisfying as well to destroy them all and have only the short grasses left. I absolutely hate tall grass. I will always destroy them because they look ugly. And it always looks so much better. Here's another ugly little hole that I will save. Look, the villager's just fallen in. You know, I've pretty much just hang on a second here. Yeah, I've pretty much just saved his life by covering up this hole so that other people don't fall in them as well. Yeah, there you go. Looks brilliant. Back to the mountains again, or the hills. If you have these weird, like, lava falls and random one-block waterfalls like these, if you just remove them by covering up the source blocks, they also look much, much better. Because why on earth would there be water leaking out the side of a cave if it isn't a waterfall? So literally, a one block makes a world of difference. Look, it's setting the trees on fire. Why on earth would you want your trees to be on fire? And also, if you just kind of speed up the process a little bit and destroy these burning trees, can make it look a little bit better so you don't have any floating logs or leaves or anything of that variety. So yeah, once that eventually disappears, it will look very fabulous indeed. And continuing on from our terraforming, I'm going to add a little bonus tip. Try to include some custom trees. Now, I'm not particularly good at them, but these trees, they don't exactly look great. And as you can see, there are many trees out there in the Minecraft world. So imagine if you got good at building custom trees, just think of the world of difference it'd make to your Minecraft world. And until you try learning how to do them, then you'll never know. You could have some hidden tree building talents that you're not aware of. So you might as well give it a go and try making some custom trees. So, thank you very much for watching this video. If you did like it, a like would help me out very much. And if you did love it, maybe a subscribe as well could be quite nice. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully one of these tips was helpful to you, if you already know it or not, or maybe it just reminded you. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again soon. If you have any video recommendations for me to make, please do drop them below in the comments. Bye for now.